Hello everyone and welcome to Gielinor in Minecraft. So usually I do these silent with the same music every time, but I figured I would talk and kind of explain a little bit of, the creations that I'm making here. So you're all familiar with this if you've seen my previous videos. If you haven't, you can go check those out. It's kind of a progression of all the stuff I've made. Um, so if we keep walking this way, we will see that I added, I don't know if I showed this potato field last time, but this is the potato field right in front of the place where you have murdered all those goblins with the cannons. And if you don't do that, then you should, because it's excellent for the goblin scroll. But anyways, so here's the wheat farm. Here are the dead trees. So I'm using, I don't know if I've kind of explained this, but these are supposed to be the dead trees that you see. There are no good, like, dead tree, I don't know how to explain it, but there's like, this is the best I can do with what I have in Minecraft. So that's what these are. So I don't know if you've seen in like the swamp, you see like these things. That's what that's supposed to be. So that's that. This is the crossroads. Over here will be Drainer. And then if we keep going this way, this is a little prison cell. Let's take a peek in here. Here we are. We got the nice blood on the floor. We got his prison cell. And yeah, this is really the one and only time you've ever been in this cell, probably. There is, I believe, a clue step somewhere around here, but I don't know exactly where it is. I think that's the only time you would come here, really. There's a sewer actually underneath this that connects to Drainer over there. I have not done anything with it yet, obviously. That's going to probably be the next video. I have to kind of figure out the logistics of it all, because the sewer system itself is huge. I don't know if you've ever been in it. And it is a free-to-play accessible thing, which is what all this is. So it's kind of, I need to figure out if I should make Draenor and then make the sewer system to kind of figure out where it ends. Because if I do it first, then it could be too long, it could overshoot where you're supposed to come out. So I think I might have to make Drainer first, which is why the water stops over here, because you'll be able to see in the Wizard's Tower my dilemma. So let's go over to the Wizard's Tower. These are the nice little rocks that you can see. They're nice. I like little details like that. Here's my little fountain. Oh, that's not right. I need to fix that. Let's go over here. Here's the fairy ring that's behind the Wizard's Tower. It's not, obviously, a free-to-play accessible thing, but it is in free-to-play, so there it is. One of the guys in my clan really wanted to see the fairy ring, so there it is. Here is the Wizard's Tower. This was a pain in the butt to do. And you'll see why when we go up to the second floor. So here's the little library area. There's the downstairs, we'll get there. Here's the second floor. So the rooms are a bit scuffed on this floor and kind of the little top floor as well. So this is a very small room. It's not like this in Runescape. But in Runescape, they don't really have to deal with like consistently it being the same size like I have to do in Minecraft. So it's a bit difficult that way. And here's the top part. I was gonna try to put whatchamacallit in here, like the dude from the underground. I forget what they're called, but they're like very super like the dark. I forget what they're called, but I was gonna do that instead of like a greater demon or a lesser demon, whatever's in there. But it didn't fit. So here we go to the bottom floor. Here we are. This is just pretend there's a portal here that takes you to Guardians of Rift. I don't believe that is in the free-to-play. I don't know if that portal's there in free-to-play or not, but and here is the little altar. Very cool. Doing so. If I could do this over again down here, I would make it like maybe 2 or 3 blocks deeper because the water above is like right above the ceiling. So, and I had already made it like 2 blocks deeper than it was before. So that was a bit difficult to do. So let's make it day again. Here we are. So the reason why this was difficult, one is because there's windows on corners, which is annoying. I try to avoid putting windows on corners if I can help it. Another thing is, so for these builds, what you have to understand, I try to make it as close to RuneScape as possible, but sometimes I just can't. So, in RuneScape, these walls are not a tile thick. They are, here, let me use my pointer here. In the RuneScape world, this wall would be like right here. And there'd be a tile on this side and a tile on that side. But obviously in Minecraft, it's not like that. Even with walls, it's not like that. So the buildings are all 1 to 2, depending on how many rooms there are in the building, longer than they are in RuneScape. Which is why I said for Drainer, the reason why the water's not here, I started doing the path here for the water, but then I was like, oh crap, the buildings are gonna make this like a lot bigger than it would be in RuneScape. So I stopped. So I think what I'm gonna be doing next is Drainer, so that way I can kind of continue this water to go around. And then once I have Drainer done, I'll probably do like Drainer and then like a little bit more like up towards this crossroads and then around to kind of where this lake is continuing, going up to Varric. I think that's going to be my plan for not next episode, but like for the future episodes. So usually what I've been doing is I've just been doing like bits and pieces of the videos. For like the first one was Lumberjay area. Second was the swamp. No, second was I think this area. Maybe. I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, that's why this water part is kind of scuffed, because I was kind of doing it based off what RuneScape was, but really I should have done it based off what this building was, because this building is like 3 or 4 blocks bigger than it would be in RuneScape. So that's what that is. Also, a little update. I have updated the blocks here. So I added the Addy and Mithril block here. And then I added the copper and the tin over here. So that's really cool. And these are the trees I was talking about. And yeah, so that is pretty much what I've been working on here. If you like the videos where I just do a walkthrough and it's just music, we can do that for the next video. If you like me kind of talking, explaining what my process is for all this stuff, then just let me know. So next plan is going to be Drainer, I believe. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching my little project here. It is just me doing this all, so it is gonna take some time for updates to come, especially as the projects get a little bit bigger. But I'm having a blast doing this, so, and it's a nice way to break up the grind in RuneScape. So, and what I would love to do in the future, once the free-to-play world is done, what I would love to do is to maybe make like mobs from RuneScape into Minecraft. But the whole thing about this is I want it to look like Minecraft, but also look like RuneScape, if that makes sense. So like I don't want like high resolution like goblins or whatever just like walking around. I want the goblins to look like they would be in Minecraft, but from RuneScape, if that makes sense. Because I love seeing like the cows and the chickens just like walking around. I think that's really cool. I think it creates a lot of atmosphere and stuff like that. So that's like way down the line though. Or if you know of any mods that have it already, that'd be cool too. I just couldn't find the block ones. I made one for trees as well, so I'll probably be finishing that up and then adding it so I can add it to maple trees and magic trees in the future. But there's really no, like, magic tree is members. Maple is free to play, but I haven't encountered a maple tree yet. So I don't really have to worry about that. But there are willow trees that I've done here that I've used jungle. These are jungle bark. That's not the right word. Jungle logs. There we go. These are just jungle logs. So I made like willow logs for the pack. So I have those. I have yew, like the correct color for yew trees. So we'll see if I'm able to get that done and uploaded and approved by CurseForge. They're probably seeing my updates and like, what the heck is this guy doing? What, like, but it's fun. I enjoy doing it. So, all right, I've been rambling. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.